Hi everyone, welcome to the Korean Cultural Centre in Sydney. My name is Julia Mellor and I'm a specialist in Korean traditional alcohol. We have lots of cool questions to get through, so let's dive in and find out all the wonderful things about Sool. Sool in Korean means alcohol. It means beer, wine, whiskey, anything with alcohol content. So thousands of years ago, when Korean ancestors were brewing with rice, they noticed that it would bubble. They thought, we've unlocked fire water. But the origins of that word came from two characters, su meaning water and pru meaning fire. Now this is a really open-ended question. Of course we do have common dishes that we do pair with different categories of alcohol in Korea, but there's also no limits to what you can experiment with. But here are some ideas. So first of all, makgeolli category. This is your low ABV, usually around 6 or 7. Usually it's quite light, it's fresh, and sometimes a little bit sweet. This category traditionally will go with fried foods. Actually, this can go very well with Mexican food. I find makgeolli and takju go really nicely with Mexican, and actually, surprisingly enough, also Indian cuisine. There's really interesting elements in both cuisines that do pair and harmonize with this particular category. Cheongju and yakju is probably the most pairable of the dish. It does go really nicely with fish, but also it does pair really nicely with cheeses. Don't forget, cheese is a fermented product, and so is Sool. So there's some really nice interplay with different kinds of funky cheeses. But I will say actually my absolute favorite, and it might sound a bit funny, but we love it, and I encourage you to give it a try. It is cream cheese on a cracker, usually a saltine, with a dollop of 오징어 젓갈. Now, 오징어 젓갈 is a fermented squid, a side dish, which is quite strong, but that mix of flavors, a little drizzle of sesame oil on top, just takes it to a whole new level. So that combination of flavors together with a beautiful cheongju, I tell you, your guests will be completely wowed. If you take cheongju away and you distill it, that is actually traditional soju. How do you pair soju? Well, I mean, if you've gone to any bar in Korea, soju pairs with everything, or we just simply have it with everything. So traditional soju usually only contains 3 ingredients: rice, water, and of course, nuruk. We can use any starch really to make some kind of soju. So we these days now have wheat sojus, and you can incorporate tapioca and sweet potato and things like that. Are they traditional soju? You could argue no, they're not. There are a wonderful world of hangover cures in Korea, but personally I would say there's only one real cure. It's actually drinking high quality Sool because they are carefully crafted. So just pick and choose the better quality Sools and you'll have a much less hangover. I'm here to tell you that it's actually surprisingly very easy. You do not need a lot of equipment like you might think of beer or wine or other alcohols. So really, all you need is a steamer, some rice. The hardest thing is getting your hands on nuruk. You can absolutely make your own nuruk. Is it easy? No, I will say it's not an easy process. If you've got the will, there will definitely be a way. It lasts for a long time. The shelf life is about 3 years, and you can make a lot of good Sool even just with one bag. So if you can't find it here, buy a ticket to Korea. Fruit has a lot of sugar in it, so it's a nice, easy way to sweeten a sour brew or give it a different element. If you're dealing with something very strong in flavor like ginger, remember, less is more. You can even play with flavors like chili or some kind of textures. There is absolutely a flavor and a taste for you out there. So you find yourself at a Korean alcohol table and perhaps you're thinking, uh-oh, what are all the rules? First of all, we want to think about pouring culture. The youngest person at the table must monitor and make sure everybody has their cup full and is never in want of a drink. However, when you serve, in everything in Korean culture, generally, it is polite to do something with 2 hands on the bottle. But it doesn't just go for the pourer, it also goes for the receiver. The cup should also be received with 2 hands. If you are that youngest person, you've poured the table and it comes to pouring yourself, actually you should not pour yourself. One of the things that we generally don't do is pour our own drinks. There are a lot of other etiquettes and rules about Korean alcohol, but honestly everyone is so forgiving if you don't know them all. If you're really cool these days and you're just, with some really good friends and the cup is very far away, you can point to that cup and you can say Wi-Fi, and you have connected your finger to that cup. So there's many different ways and different levels, and people are generally pretty accommodating to how you want to do it. Generally, these are the things that we always keep in mind when we're at a Korean alcohol table. Korean Cultural Center! Yeah!